How we doing today, man? It is Thanksgiving week, so anyone that lives in the United States or celebrates Thanksgiving, shout out you guys. I made the decision this week that's gonna be a very light week for me. I'm probably gonna trade tomorrow. I'm gonna trade tomorrow's day. Bother me. I'm gonna trade tomorrow, potentially because it has good news and it's Tuesday and it's not too close to the holiday. But Wednesday I'll probably avoid trading. Thursday I will not be trading, and Friday I probably will not be trading. So I've got one more trading day in this month. And we are going to get our fifth ever payout, our third one on these Apex accounts, $1,500 payout if it gets approved and if I can keep the balance. So I have a few things that are technical with this. I flipped another trade today. I did the math. I'm on 3 of the accounts. I have $515 made since my denied request. So that means I've made enough money. I have 5 winning days of $50. I've had 100, 110, 130, 100, and like a 50 something. So I have $500 above since my denied payout request, which is what I'm going to request. I'm going to request $500. So only money I've made since the denial. And I have the winning days, and I'll have the flip trades. I just need 2 more days where I flip a trade. Today I got in a really nice setup. I got in right here. I kind of show you guys that. I actually post on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me there, I post a lot of stuff there. I took a long here on this inversion pre-market. I closed it here for 5 points because I'm just trying to flip days. What I actually printed, it was a really nice setup. And I'll go over kind of my thoughts on the day in a second here. But yeah, so flipping these accounts, I'm going to get my 4th month in a row of payouts. I got a payout in August, September, October, and now it will be November. Hoping I get approved. I'm pretty sure I'll get approved. Obviously, guys, if you keep up with the channel, you know that I should have blown these accounts during a fit of bad trading. So if you guys remember that, I had a day where I could have blown the accounts because I just crashed out and had the balance below the threshold. They were below the loss limit, so I don't know how I didn't blow the accounts. I didn't. I think Apex had a glitch that day, and the account stayed alive. So today on Apex is the last day of the 80% off and $40 activation fees. So take advantage of that if you want to get crazy deal. Code Diego. Alpha Futures is also running 25% off Code Diego. So that's me for shilling the affiliates. But in terms of these accounts, obviously it's good context that I should have blown these accounts. Just 100% full transfer. You can go and look. I should have blown the accounts. I didn't. I went, got another payout. It got denied, obviously. But everyone says if you just go through the winning days again, you try again, you won't get denied. So, that being said, I'm hoping that I don't get denied. The only reason I think I could get denied is because whenever I was trading the, just drawing out this trade I took here. Whenever I was trading the accounts on, hold up, I can't do 2 things at once. Whenever I was trading the accounts to get the 20 accounts, when I was full porting, I was trading the full contract. I was not trading M and Q, I was trading NQ. So when I was trading NQ, I saw a setup, let's just say, for example, actually I can just go to it because why not? Let me go to Friday or Thursday. That's Friday, I believe. Did we bank on Friday? Oh, we did in this chop. That was an ugly day. Thursday, right? So Thursday, what happened? I got in and I was taking a short here. I accidentally got with 2 minis, 2 full contracts. It went 15 points against me. I checked. I looked in the back end. I saw where did I enter, when did I exit, what time. It went 15 points against me at the most on 2 minis, and then I closed it for $120. So I didn't hold the trade for more than a minute. It was really quick. It was really, it was a really quick trade. I didn't mean to. But I was in $600 of drawdown, so I'm not sure that's right on the edge of too much for the consistency rule. So that being right there in terms of too much for the consistency rule, in terms of like the unrealized loss, it could cook the accounts. So I don't know. I'll have to see after I flip the trades if I get approved or not. Also, another thing I'm worried about is $50. People say you only have to flip 5 $50 days, and it doesn't matter about how much you make. I'm worried that if I don't request only the funds I made since the payout got denied, it will get denied again. So I can't request all the money I have in the account because I can only request the money I made after the denial is what I have heard. So you guys let me know if that's the case. Can you only request the money after the denial that you make? Let me know, because I'm not sure. But anyways, that's the only reason, besides the fact that the account should have been blown, that I think that the request might get denied. If they get denied again, I'll reach out and try and get a direct answer as to why it gets denied. But I'm pretty sure I'll be approved, and that will put me at 4 straight months of payouts. I want to talk about in this video something that I was talking about in the live stream on my Discord today, which is that we need to stop thinking month to month, right? If I get denied on this payout, it'll be frustrating, but it really doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter. Why? Because it's not about, oh my gosh, I got 4 straight months of payouts. That's cool, but it doesn't matter. If I didn't flip the accounts today, or tomorrow or the next day, I didn't flip the trading days, and I did it on December, and I missed November, I didn't get paid in November from trading, would that be a big deal? No, it wouldn't. But we add value to things that don't matter. We say, oh, I need to get this payout by this date. I need to do this. I need to get this much. I want to make this much by next year. We put these goals on things that don't matter. So I was talking a lot today in the Discord and live. So anyone there is going to hear the same basically spiel, right? That we, since we're trying to improve and get better and do better each and every day and month, we need to remember that it's not a daily, weekly, monthly thing. It should be year to year. At the end of December, I'm going to look back on 2025. I'm going to be very proud of myself for the progress I made. I passed my first account in 2025. I got my first payout in 2025. I made back all the money I've ever spent on prop firms in 2025. I grew my YouTube channel in 2025. I'm proud of that. I need to check how many subs we've gained since then. I will have made... I'm happy with going back and working and coaching soccer and getting a job again in 2025. I'm happy with the things I've done, the vacations I've done. I'm happy with 2025. So when you look at year scales, 2025 was way bigger than 2024. But what's going to happen here? This month is a record month on YouTube. But I might not make as much money as I did trading last month. So I took a step back. December, I might make less money. Maybe I don't get a payout in December. Maybe I do. I don't know. The point is that I stress myself out so much about getting payouts each month, each month, trying to get more and more and more. I did 3K in October in payouts. I wanted 3K at least this month. I'm not going to get 3K. I might get 1,500 if I get approved, right? So I just have to flip 2 more days and I get 1,500 if it gets approved, which it should. But I'm not going to get, that's half the payout of last month. But if I look at it on a year basis, even just getting 1 payout is better than all of 2024. So I want you guys to start trying to think in a longer scale instead of thinking week to week, month to month. As human beings, we are creatures that can't think past a day or a week. Really can't think past a month. It's like why every video you see, here's a day in the life of this guy making X amount per month. It's always per month, right? Maybe sometimes per week. So we framed this idea of every month. Oh my gosh, I make 10K a month. I make 100K a month. And these guys tell you all these stories about how they did this and this and this. But what happens when they go from 100K a month to a 50K a month? And then to a 75K a month, then to a 30K a month, then to a 150K a month, and then to a 70K a month again, right? When it goes up and down. The year is more important. You make more progress in the year. You look back at the year, wow, I made this much progress. The month isn't really that big of a deal. We just use it because it's easy for our brains to comprehend. We can't think past as humans. Think about when you get hungry. It doesn't matter how much food you ate in January or July. It doesn't matter how much food you ate in July. You could have ate all you wanted in July, and guess what? In December and November, you're hungry. Wow, I'm starving, man, but you ate all that food in July. What happened? Why? Because human beings, we always need more and more and more. I'm not saying that's just like a mental construct. No, you need to eat. My point being is that as humans, we are wired to think in days, weeks. You can't go very long without eating or drinking. You need fuel, so you think in this process. You get hungry, you want to solve the hunger by eating. But guess what? When you get hungry, you know that you're going to feed yourself, God willing, right? Some people are unfortunately in situations where they don't know where their meal is going to come from. That's very sad, right? But for most of us watching this video, and me included, we know that I'm going to eat food tonight, and tomorrow I'm going to get food, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, I'm going to have food, right? So when I get hungry, I don't panic. I don't get scared. I don't get all worried. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Where am I going to get my next meal from? But for whatever reason, when we lose a trade, it's the same way that we feel hunger. When we lose a trade, though, we feel like we're a starving kid, a starving person. We lose a trade, we don't know where the next win's going to come from. We don't know when the next setup's going to happen. We don't know when the next payout's going to happen. We don't know when the market's going to be in our favor. We don't know any of this, so we get all scared instead of trusting that we will be fed, that we will get rewarded. That's why I always bring up Matthew 6. I can't remember exactly, but Matthew, I bring up the part in Matthew where he talks about, do the birds stow away and whatever and worry about if they're going to be fed? God still takes care of them. God's going to take care of us. Don't worry about each every day. That's why when we lose trading, when we lose and we're not close to a payout, we get so worried because we don't know where our next meal is going to come from. If you had the same faith that your trading will work, like you have the faith that you're going to eat food and you're not going to get starved to death, if you had the same faith applied to your trading, to your business, to your whatever, if you had the same faith through the ups and downs, when you get hungry in your trading, when you're starting to feel a little bit of that hunger, right? Because guess what? If you're always doing more and more and more and more, if you're always eating, if every hour you eat food, you're never going to feel hungry. You're never going to feel hungry. But so if every week you're getting a payout and then you get more of a payout or the same, if not more, if you're always getting the same, you're not going to feel that hunger. But when you have a week or a month where you don't get a payout, or you make less, or you do worse, or you lose money, you start feeling that hunger. So when you're used to eating all the time, you're eating more and more and more. When you get cut off from that supply, normally, right, if you're eating every hour and you don't eat for 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours or a day, you're probably not going to panic because you just didn't have time for it, whatever, right? Let's say you skip lunch one day instead of every hour. Let's say you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? You eat breakfast, you don't eat lunch. You're not panicked, though. You're out, you're having a good time. You're not just there only obsessing about, oh my gosh, I didn't eat lunch today. I'm starving, I'm going to die. No, because you know you're going to eat dinner. So let's just put that an example of trading. You trade in May, you get a payout. June, you don't get a payout. But guess what? You're not panicking because you know in July you're going to get fed again. So if you have the trust, and again, it's hard to do it because we have to rewire our brains because we don't know. We have this uncertainty. But like I said, we all know we're going to eat. That's why we don't get scared. If we didn't have that certainty, we would be terrified of hunger. We would be so scared of being hungry because we wouldn't know where the next meal comes from. When you get hungry, that'll be a terrifying feeling if you couldn't prove that you were going to get fed. Just like when you lose a trade, it's a very terrifying and frustrating, scary, and emotional decision or emotional feeling because you don't know when the next trade is going to come. But you have to have this unwavering faith in your ability and trust that you will find another trade and you'll make the money back and you'll get paid. That's why it's so hard. That's why trading is so hard. That's why having lesser months, because we're competitive people. I want to have a bigger month on YouTube every month. I want to have more views on social media. I want to make more money with social media. I want to make more money with affiliate codes. I want to make more money trading. I want to get more accounts. I want to do more. And August, September, October, November, I've done more and more and more and more. I did more payout. August, I got my first payout. September, I got another payout. So back-to-back months. Then in October, I got the most payouts I ever got. November, I take a little step down, but I'm getting another payout. So it's been 4 months. Boom, wow, right? Same thing with YouTube. YouTube views start coming back for that first payout. September is decent. October, my biggest month in YouTube. November, again, my biggest month on YouTube. This is my biggest month. I've gained 1,200 subscribers this month. Wow, right? My point being, I've outperformed. So then what happens is if I take a dip in December, or if I take a dip this week and I don't make as much, or I don't get a payout, I need to remember that I'm going to be fed. I'm going to be taken care of. God will have my back. I need to have the same confidence. You need to have the same confidence that what you're doing is going to work the same way you're confident you're going to eat food tonight. The same way you're confident you're not going to starve to death. You're not worried about starving to death because that's not even something that's possible. Even if you don't see food in front of you, you still know and trust so deeply that there's food waiting for you in your kitchen. You trust that so deeply to your core that you don't even question where your next meal comes from. So I want you guys to have that same mindset with trading. I'm trying to do that for myself. I'm talking to myself here as much as I'm talking to you guys. I need that same belief that when I lose a trade, it's just a loss. It's just a little bit of hunger. It's a little bit of, that's uncomfortable. No one likes to be hungry. No one wants to go without eating dinner, but if they do, they're not going to sit there and cry. It's not the end of the world, right? If they were busy, something happened, something came up, they couldn't eat dinner, it's not the end of the world. They're going to eat tomorrow. They're going to eat the next day, right? You can go a day or two. So the same way, right? But as humans, we are programmed to, when you're hungry, you eat. When you lose, you want it back. You can't think on a yearly basis with hunger. You can't say, I'm going to worry about that next year. Or as long as I get food before next year, I'm fine. You can't worry about that. But with trading, trading is something that goes against human psychology. greed, impulse, patience. These are not human qualities. Patience. How many of you guys are naturally patient? Not very many of us. How many of us are naturally not greedy? Not many of us. How many are naturally not impulsive? Not many of us. What happens when someone honks at you and cuts you off in traffic? You probably get a little impulsive. What happens when, you know, when you were a kid and you were going trick or treating and you see a Halloween bowl, it says take one. You take one or you take 4 or 5 or the whole bowl, right? We're naturally a little greedy. We have to actively deny ourselves to become better traders. We have to actively remind ourselves to think in abundance and think long-term scale. So that's what my video today I kind of want to talk about is that, yes, this is going to be my 4th month of payouts, but I have to prepare myself. I have to prepare myself for when the hunger comes back in and I don't have a killer month. This is my best month on YouTube ever. Almost 2 years of posting content. This is my best ever month, every metric. Dollar amount in YouTube ad revenue, not affiliate. Affiliate was October. I made way more in October. But ad revenue, best month on YouTube. Watch hours, best month on YouTube. View count, best month on YouTube. Subscriber count, best month on YouTube, bar none. I've never had this much success on YouTube. Trading payouts, October. I never had more success trading than in October. I can't guarantee that though. So when it takes a dip, I have to remind myself that God's got my back. I've got my back. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of it. It's all part of it. And that's a big thing, man. When they say suffering from success, I didn't understand what that meant until I started doing better. I had less pressure on me. When you guys remember when I was trading one Top Step combine for the entire month and I pulled 500 views on this channel? If I post a video tomorrow, I posted for 6 months on this channel and got zero. I had 0 subscribers to 100 subscribers. It took me 6 months. Posting daily. I posted to nobody. 5 to 10 viewers, 0 viewers. For 6 months, I posted. 6 months. Nobody, right? I posted for a year without making money from this account, right? You know, cool, right? That's not what was me. I'm trying to set an example here. When I was posting to 0 viewers, when I was posting to 5 to 10 viewers every single day, when I was trading one account where I wasn't ever able to get paid, Top Step Combines, you can't get paid. I was trading one account with 2 to 5 micros, never getting paid, never passing accounts, not making money, not getting views. The pressure was off. If I had a video that got 0 views, oh well, my videos always get 0 views. If I blew in a eval account or if I didn't get paid that month, oh well, I never got paid. The problem now is that I'm starting to have success. I'm starting to get the viewership on YouTube. I'm starting to grow my socials. I'm starting to get payouts. I'm starting to make money. Now I can go and look on all my analytics. I can go on my YouTube analytics, my view count, my watch time, my subscribers, my ad revenue, my affiliate code revenue, my trading revenue. I can go and I can see metric by metric by metric where I'm at each and every day, minute, hour, month, week, year. I can look at it all. And that's not always a good thing because you put this pressure on yourself. And again, I'm only relating because I'm relating things I know. I know content and I know trading, right? For you, it might be trading, it might be something else. When you start succeeding, you get this pressure. Now I understand what suffering from success means. It means you have more pressure. I have more pressure to perform because now I want to beat last month. I want to beat last year. And we're all like that. If you're trading, you want to do better. I'm sure that once you get that first passed account, you want to pass one quicker. Then you want to get a payout. Then you get that payout, you want another one quicker. Then you want multiple accounts. Then you get multiple accounts. You want a bigger and bigger payout. You want a max payout. Now you want max payout across multiple firms. Now you want a max payout across all the firms. Now you want a copy trade. You want more. And if you do less after you did more, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. So you have to manage that psychology, the suffering from success. The better you do at trading, the more you have to just keep yourself humble and say, guess what? If I do less, oh well. Just focus on the process, focus on the input, focus on what you can control, focus on what you're doing, and that's all that matters. That's what I'm talking to myself more than I'm talking to anyone else. I'm talking to you guys, but I'm talking to myself. Focus on what I can control, focus on improvement, focus on getting better. Don't worry about anything else. Everything else is out of your control. Everything else is a byproduct. I got the success with trading because I spent 2 years and 2.5 years showing up every day. So I went from nothing to the past account, to the first payout, to the multiple payouts. I did all of that by showing up, by trusting the process, by putting in the inputs, by showing up, trading my combine, watching the YouTube videos, joining a Discord, doing whatever it took. I did that. So I got the results because I focused on the input. I focused on what I was doing, what I could control, and then I got the results that I can't control. I can't control if this trade wins, but I can control how I take the trade, which trades I take, how often I take them, what I do after I lose, X, Y, and Z after, right? I can control that. I can't control everything else in between, but I can control my inputs. What do I do? What do I learn? How do I improve? Same thing with YouTube. I can control my inputs, how often I post, what videos I post, the content I post, how consistent, when do I take breaks, when I do this, when do I adapt, when I do that. I can figure this out. I started TikTok, I started an Instagram, I started Twitter, I post there, boom. That's more, right? Do more, get more. The more I post, the more money I make, the more viewership I get, the more followers I get. It's not a hard equation. It's input, output. What do you control? You control the input. You don't control the output, you control the input. It's kind of like if you throw a bunch of marbles, like that game Plinko, right? If you throw one ball, a Plinko ball, it might not land where you want it to. But if you throw a million, right, eventually one of them is going to land somewhere cool. So all that you change is your input, how much you put into something, When you play in Plinko, you control your input. I don't condone gambling. I'm not condoning that at all. Don't play Plinko. I'm just the visual. When you're playing that game, if you throw one ball in, that's your input. You control how much you put in. You put one in, you don't have any control over that. If you put 1,000, you still don't have any control where it ends up. But now you put 1,000 more in than you did with the one, and you have a better chance of getting a result you want. If you never miss a day, you never miss a lucky day. I was listening to Kevin Hart's podcast on the CEO's podcast today, and that's kind of what made me think of this topic. I love Kevin Hart. Go read his book. It's called You Can't Make This Up. It's a great book. It's about his life story. It's really funny. It's really well written. It's great. And he talks about this, man. He says there's going to be people more skilled, more talented, more funny than him, that he does way more success because he kept showing up for himself. And if you never miss a day, you never miss a lucky day. You can't control when that lucky break. You can't control when X, Y, and Z happens for you, but you can control showing up and doing what you need to do. So that's my message today. Really want to talk about that. I'm not sure if I got the message across well. Let me know if you guys even just enjoyed that segment, I guess. And now I'll kind of talk about the charts here. I really wanted this draw on liquidity today. I'll go quick rundown of why I didn't trade in my real account because I saw this target right here as a very, very high probability target. So what happened here? We had last week's high. So previous week's high here with this internal high nestled in, right, with the unfilled gap above. We had the opening gap. We traded through it. We traded down. We manipulated the lows. ES filled the gap. NQ didn't. We had S&T. We started pumping higher. Market opened, and we got market open. I had this trade came all the way back down to this order block. Market open, closed here. This could have been an entry in hindsight, but I don't like entering right at market open, and we ripped to the draw on liquidity. After this gets taken, I'm done for the day. Why? Because price did get choppy, but because I don't have conviction that we're just going to trend all the way up. We end up trending up. I didn't have conviction of that. I also didn't have conviction that we were going to dump lower, so I stayed out of it. That's the reason. That was my idea. The buyers were right. Everything was right. I just didn't get a trade, and that's how trading goes sometimes. So, that being said, man, this week again, I might trade tomorrow. Other than that, I am one trade away from getting a payout on these accounts. I need to make another like 450, so another few trades maybe. That would be cool. Hopefully these accounts get approved. Fingers crossed. Really hoping they do. And yeah. This was a trading day that when the draw is taken, don't really force things. And yeah, so Thanksgiving week, man, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, have some fun, and try and think in a longer scale. Don't think in week to week. Don't think in month to month. Try and think in years and years, right? If you've been trading for a year or 2 years now, I'm sure that you guys had a lot more success in 2025 than you did in 2024. And that's all that really matters, is that you're improving each and every month. So, yeah, I appreciate every single person. We're trying to hit 10K subscribers, or I'm trying to hit 10K subscribers. So subscribe if you've been watching the videos, or it's your first video you've seen, whatever. Subscribe to the channel. Help me out with that, and we'll see how quickly we can get to 10K. We should be able to get there ASAP, man. It would be really, really cool to see. So I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. I know every YouTuber says that, but I really do. Use code Diego. Apex final day of the sale, of the crazy 80% off sale. That's how I got max allocation. Malf 100 futures. Take Profit Trader, Alpha Futures, all code Diego. Tradeify, I have a code. It's DB. It's in the description. DB is the only firm that's not code Diego. Alpha Futures is running a big sale as well. Black Friday. A lot of firms are probably doing Black Friday sales. My code will always get you the best discount available at the time on any of the firms I'm with. So if you guys ever want to use a firm, I know I sound like, what's the saying? You're beating a dead horse with this. But I hate beating a dead horse with all my affiliate codes, but it's how I make my money. So I really appreciate you guys that help me out with that. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good week. Be smart. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Tell someone you love them. And, yeah, be happy with your progress because I know you've made a lot of progress this year. And we still got some more time. So let's kill December. And, yeah, that's my last, trading video besides maybe tomorrow, the rest of the week. So I'll see you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about today's topic. I really enjoyed talking about this topic today. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.